So I've made it very clear recently that I think new content is coming to CS2 very, very, very soon, and I'm really thinking that it's going to be a new case. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a new active duty case or if it's going to be a new case added to the armory to replace the gallery case, but I do think we are long overdue for something new. Obviously, it's been over 1 year since the kilowatt case came out. It's been, I think, over 6 months now, or right around 6 months since the gallery case came out, and in that time, people in the community have made some really, really awesome skins. So the next case, if and when it drops, has a chance to be a super crazy one. In this video today, we're going to be going over some of the skins that could be in CS2's next case. Today's video is sponsored by Pirate Swap, an automated CS2 trading platform where you can turn your skins into new ones simple and easy. All you have to do is click on the skins that you want to get rid of and then click on the new skins that you want to own and select confirm trade. It's that simple, it's that easy, and Pirate Swap has an amazing collection of skins, so you will definitely be able to find something that you like. And if you use the discount code GERM on Pirate Swap today, you're actually going to be able to claim a free $10 bonus and be able to get a 35% deposit bonus as well. So it's an awesome site with awesome features offering you an amazing discount. So there's no reason to not go check out Pirate Swap with that first link in the description below today. And thank you to them for sponsoring this video. So obviously, the longer and longer that we go without new content, the more and more time people have to make and create new things in the Counter-Strike community. And I think the Counter-Strike community overall is really, really talented. But also, as the game continues to get more popular and continues to have more hype around it, and also the financial incentive of being a part of a new CS case or part of the armor or whatever continues to increase, I think, we're going to start to get some even crazier and even crazier skins, especially with obviously all the new updates and the updated models and the new lighting and all that stuff in CS2. So there's plenty of new cool stuff to showcase. First is this Desert Eagle Ace. This thing is very, very colorful. Obviously, it reminds me a little bit of like the Starcade in terms of the colors and the vibes of it and everything. I do kind of like that as it wears, the colors fade and get a little bit more dull, and on the better conditions, colors are a little bit brighter. I think that is kind of a cool touch. I don't know if I love necessarily the white or whatever. I wish it had a little bit more of the color and a little bit less of the white, because it kind of reminds me of like a Mecha Industries but with some blue and purple. Overall, I think this is kind of an okay one. I think this could be a fine like mid to low tier skin in a new case or new collection. I don't think this is one that people would go super crazy for, but I like colorful skins. I like new stuff getting added in. I could definitely see it happening. Next up, another Deagle. This one I think I like a little bit more, but this one's just different. This is the Desert Eagle Dragon Killer. This one is really cool because it's got like this sword thing going on, but I really like the colors together, this orange and this blue. It kind of reminds me of like some kind of like fish or something. I don't know why, but that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. But that sword with the like whatever's going on around it, I do think looks pretty cool. I think this is a pretty sick Desert Eagle. Obviously, Deagle is a very, very awesome weapon and something that people are going to be excited about. We've actually gotten a lot of cool Deagle skins lately. You have like the heat treated blue gems. You have the Starcade, like I was talking about before. Even stuff like the print stream I've been loving a lot. But I don't know. I think this would be pretty cool. Again, this isn't one that's going to compete with those top end Desert Eagles or anything like that. But every case, every collection needs those kind of mid to lower tier stuff. And I could see the Dragon Killer actually being a pretty nice addition in that regard. Next up, we have the M4A4 Oni Wrath. This one is cool. There's a lot of skins, and people generally seem to be liking them, with kind of big faces going on with them that also fit very, very nicely into the design. And in this, like in that vein, I think this one actually works really cool. I love the colors, that red, the black, the yellow accents that go in with this. And then, yeah, that face to me just looks super sick. It really pops. It fits right into that area on the M4A4. This is actually a skin that I like a lot. I could definitely see this one getting added. I feel like it actually fits the CS vibe very well. And I think this would be a skin that's actually pretty popular. Now, obviously, some of the other ones, like the Temu Cow or whatever, you get like the anime waifu stuff that might get a little bit more popular than this Oni Wrath guy or whatever. But I still think it's pretty cool. I think this is a skin that I would actually like to see added to the game. This is a skin that I could see myself rocking in game, honestly. Next up, we have the P90 Smoke Criminal, going in a line with, those guns that have the faces on them or the characters or whatever. This one is kind of cool. I love how, the little agent guy with his gas mask kind of fits in with the whole smoky vibe, the smoky nature. This one is a really, really subtle, clean skin. It doesn't pop too much. It's not too colorful, not too over the top, not too in your face, but it still kind of catches your eye with the guy's face on the back of it. And like I said, the whole smoky vibe, the whole rest of the weapon fits really good. I think, this works on the P90. maybe I'd like to see this on a cooler weapon, because I think this one might even deserve it. But obviously the back half of the P90 that gives you that huge canvas space to really work with, I think they did a great job with this. This is a very, very cool skin, and again, this is also one that I could see fitting the vibe of CS and actually getting added into the game. Next up, we have the Op Ares. This is kind of interesting. I actually really like the white on this with the other colors. I think this one looks really cool. You have the kind of Spartan, whatever, Trojan guy in the back with the helmet, and then just a ton of nice little touches of very, very small design. Like, this is one that I'd really love to like zoom in on and see everything that's going on. You have, all the way down like the barrel of the weapon, some really cool art and design going on, but all over it seems like you have just small, intricate designs and intricate patterns and stuff. This one actually looks interesting, but I do love just straight up the white with the colors going on. I don't know if that's like a brown or like a red or orange or something, but this one looks really clean to me. I actually like this design. Again, not one that's over the top, not one that's like insane, best in class op or anything like that, but just a very solid play skin that I could actually see people using, and I think would be pretty cool. Next up, we have the M4A1S Nephritis. I don't necessarily know how you pronounce that, but hopefully I'm saying it close to right. This one I think looks pretty clean, pretty cool, simple design, nothing too crazy here. I like the color. I just think it's simple and clean. You actually have a lot of room to work with, maybe for like crafting and stuff like that. I am kind of a sucker for skins that look good, but also have room to improve in terms of stickers and everything like that. Obviously, I'm a guy that likes stickers. I like crafting. I appreciate very nice crafts. And this one is maybe one you could get a little bit creative with while it still looks clean and cool, and I think the color is just pretty unique. I feel like we don't have a lot of skins that are necessarily that color or this color scheme or pattern in the game. I think there's a lot of things you could do with this. I like this one. Next up, we have the P2K Fluid Motion, another one with that purple-blue vibe going on. I think those colors work really well together. We see that for a lot of different stuff in CS. Kind of a generic skin, nothing too crazy going on here, but I think it's nice. I think it's a sleek design. Again, I could see it being kind of a lower-end thing in a new case or a new collection, and you do need that stuff. Next up, we have the M4A4 Templar. This one, I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of. I think I like it. I like the black and white kind of contrasting going on. I feel like we don't necessarily have a ton of skins like that. It would fit nice into like a black loadout or a white loadout. You can kind of go either way. It's really clean. To me, this would be like a really low rarity or low end M4. This wouldn't be anything, high up or anything like that, but I do think it's cool. It seems like when it hits the right light, you have like the gold that kind of shines on it, which that doesn't really stand out in some of these other pictures, but when you kind of zoom in, I actually like it a lot more now that I can see a little bit more of the gold. But that black and white design together, I think, looks pretty clean. Next up is an absolute banger one. This is one that I personally can't wait and hope does get added to CS2 at some point in the future, and I think it will. I know there's some mixed opinions on something like this, the op print stream. Some people are saying, hey, the print stream, we've been there, we've done that, we don't need any more print stream stuff, we don't want any more print stream stuff. But other people are like, hey, print stream is sick, it's one of the best collections of the whole game, give us all the print stream stuff we can get. Personally, I think, hey, even print stream knives would be insane. I know there's people who have talked about, the print stream karambit, or something like that, and that would be very sick. But I think this print stream op, it just makes a ton of sense. It actually looks really nice. It looks really sick. This would instantly be a top tier op in the game. This is one that people would love to use. This is one that people would use. And again, I love the sleek design. It's clean, it's cool. That pearlescent effect, if they can keep kind of bumping that up and making it look even better and better in CS2, that would be amazing. But it's a skin that looks great, and also a skin that has some room for crafting, some room for creativity to make it maybe even look better. But just even by itself, with a nice pair of gloves, this thing can look very sick. I love this, and I think this would be, instantly a really hype part of any new collection or new case coming to CS2. Next, we have the Glock 18 One-Eyed King. This is kind of a crazy one. Black, white. It kind of looks like it's, dripping blood all over it, which is maybe a little bit weird, maybe a little bit gross, but also maybe kind of cool. I don't know. There's some different stuff going on here. It just says One-Eyed King on the back. I don't necessarily know that I love this. I think it's okay. Just kind of mid to me. Moonfighter on Twitter. I got a couple ones from Twitter as well. Anytime I'm scrolling Twitter all the time, obviously looking for CS news, updates, things to talk about. Anytime I see some skins that I like, I bookmark them, save them for later. This Moonfighter guy, he said, hey, y'all, uploaded this skin for Counter-Strike yesterday and forgot to share another froggy skin. This is an AK-47 that its pattern is supposed to look like a frog skin or something like that. I don't know. I think it's kind of interesting, kind of cool. It's definitely different. I don't necessarily know if I love the colors, or maybe there's another color scheme that would work better. I don't know, but it's okay. It's fine. It's a cool skin. I appreciate him doing that work. We have this, the MP9 antithesis, I don't know, but this is cool. I'm a sucker for flowers and those type of colors and stuff like that. Obviously, we already have some stuff like this in the game with, Wild Lily stuff or whatever, but this does kind of fit in that same vibe, that same nature, and this is just beautiful. This is like truly art. This person did a really, really great job. Again, the flowers stand out nice, the vines like working the way down the weapon, it just kind of goes together very, very well. I can appreciate the time and the work that they put into this. I think this would be cool. I would like to have this in the game. I think it's pretty. Like I said, I think it's art, and the more art we can have in CS2, I'm always going to be a fan of that. Here is the USPS Suijin. This is cool. I love this. The textures you can see on the silencer is very, very, very sick. There's so much depth to it. I really like this blue, turquoise, whatever teal color they got going on, and then the white clouds inside of it just work really well together. This is a sick skin. Again, this to me is just a super clean play skin USP. I would love this. Yeah, this is sick. I like this. I really like the 3D effects and the 3D details, and you can really tell the time and effort they put into it, and I'm always going to appreciate that. Next up, I don't even know what this is called, the AK-47 Fluid Motion. Again, this is another one that I think would be pretty polarizing. I think people are either going to love this or hate this, but man, this thing's shining in the light. I'm a sucker for that. I think this looks really, really, really sick. I love the color. I love the idea of it, and I think this would actually be something pretty cool to get thrown into CS2. Like I said, I think there's definitely a lot of people who are going to hate it and not appreciate it and not like it, and that's fine. I get it. I get where you're coming from, but for me, I would actually like to see this one. And obviously, in this video, most of the skins I'm showing are skins that I like, because if I didn't like them, I wouldn't even be showing them in the first place. So if it seems like I'm just saying I like everything, that's because, hey, I'm the one who picked these skins out for the most part, obviously. And then finally, what I do think is going to be a part of the next case, if and when it comes, obviously this isn't necessarily as much for the collections, but that twin blade knife. This is something that has been leaked in the game files, and we also got the Kukri knife leaked in the game files, and then obviously eventually that did drop, and hey, the twin blade knife has also been leaked, and there's a lot of people who are speculating and believing and thinking that the twin blade knife is going to be added to the game next. Obviously, we've already gotten 2 cases of the Kukri knife now, so I don't think they're going to put out another case of the Kukri knife. You do have the possibility of them releasing some older knives, or OG knives, or older knives with new finishes, or just going for the twin blade knife. I'm not sure exactly what they're going to do. I am leaning towards them doing the twin blade knife next, however, because it just seems like, hey, it's all ready to go, it's in the files, it's something they want to do, so I do think this is what they're going to put out next. I don't know what type of finishes or what's going to come with it or anything like that, but for my money, I am expecting the twin blade knife to be part of the next case that it does eventually come out, again, whether that is in the active duty or in the gallery. Yeah, I know there's a lot of people out there who've been saying they don't really like the twin blade knife or whatever, they want something different. I think this is probably where we're getting next, and I honestly don't think it's too bad. Do I think it's something that's going to compete with, butterflies or karambits or talons or anything? No, not necessarily. But I think it's a pretty mid to upper tier knife. I don't think it's bad. I think it's cool, and I think it's something different, and I can appreciate that, and I'm ready for something new to get added to CS2. And like I said, obviously in this original tweet, that twin blade knife case, I do think is what's going to be coming next, and I think it's going to be sooner rather than later. But I do think the next case that comes to CS2 is going to be a crazy one. I think it's going to be an absolute banger, and I can't wait. That's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully I catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.